So yeah, obviously it's me, Harry Kane, and I just want to say welcome back to West Ham Random, and obviously so welcome back to Football Unfocused with two legends in the game, which is Kieran and Clive. So yeah, obviously it's a big show that comes on weekly, and they've somehow I've got the gig to introduce it, so I'm over the moon. Obviously, I'm not happy at Spurs, so doing something like this is so obviously I'm over the moon. So yeah, big up Kieran and Clive, and yeah, big up Football Unfocused. So yeah, obviously I'll see you guys next time.
Of Football Unfocused with me, Clive, and my esteemed colleague on my left, Mercedes Benz, mate. Proper stuff.
No, I'm talking about your baldy head. It looks like a swimming hat.
All right. Oh, come on.
Damn!
I'll be the judge of that. Where are we? Bear with me a second, guys. I've lost the. Here we go. Good evening and welcome to Budgie Uncaged, part one. Okay, so the title of this one is COVID update, and there is no news from the West Ham camp of any COVID, so that's not what this is about. This is about 2 or 3 players in the Premiership that do have or have COVID tested positively. One of them is Chelsea's Kovacic. Apparently, Thomas Tuchel revealed that Kovacic tested positive for COVID today. He had only just returned to training yesterday. He is now having to isolate. And that is today's date. So, Mateusz Kovacic, is it? Mateusz? I believe his name is Mateusz. He has tested positive for COVID today at Chelsea. So that's that bit of news. I'm going to go to the comments for a minute, see who's in the house. And Happy Hammeret's in the house. She says she's early for once. Bless you. And thank you very much for being our moderator. I don't know why I said it like that. I have no idea. And then that was me saying 2 minutes. That was about 3 minutes before I actually arrived. The other little story is this one. COVID outbreak could impact West Ham game against Tottenham Hotspur. Now, as you can see, this is posted by Sean Whetstone, and that was on today's date. And it goes on to say that I can't actually read that. My glasses aren't handy. And it goes, oh, here we go. I've got it on my other screen now. Spurs have reportedly been hit with a COVID outbreak within their squad, which could impact their preparations for December games, including their cup game against West Ham. A number of players and staff members returned positive lateral flow tests on Monday, according to Football London. They will now undergo PCR tests on Tuesday to confirm the results before any decisions are made over how to proceed. Antonio Conte's side must have a must-win Europa Conference League game against Rennes on Thursday night before facing Brighton in the Premier League on Sunday afternoon. They then face Leicester City and Liverpool before taking on the Hammers on the 22nd of December. In the quarter-finals of the Carabao Cup, there is no doubt preparations for these games will take a hit, and should the PCR test confirm the cases, the games themselves could be impacted. The Premier League have seen a steady rise in COVID infections in players and staff over the last 4 weeks. So that is fairly concise, I would say. And we all know that Sean Whetstone is a really good source for information of stuff like that. So I have actually spoken to a good friend of mine who is a Tottenham fan and watches a lot of the Tottenham fan casts and stuff, including a guy called Chris Cowlin, who I believe is very popular within the ranks at Tottenham, within the staff and stuff. And he states that only 2 players have actually tested positive for COVID, and 2 others that were suspected of a positive test have both been cleared. There are a number of backroom staff and stadium staff that could be affected, and the number that I'm hearing is anything up to 16 people, including the 2 players. So, that's that's pretty tough going for Tottenham. Right, let's see who else is in the chat quickly. Hammerette saying hi, Budgie. Or sorry, Happy Hammerette saying hi, Budgie, because you never know when Missy might turn up. Robert Singleton's in the house. Good evening, Robert. Thank you for joining us, mate. Is it cold where you are? Is that what that icon, that little emoji's about? Bob. She's so cheap. 6 players I hear for Spurs. Yeah, well, I'm only going by the information that I've been able to source. I don't go into Tottenham sources too deeply, because otherwise my feet get filled up with it, and I think I would probably vomit if that happened to me. So now I just read West Ham sources related to them. So then that way I only get West Ham feeds. Clever, huh? Robert says, Happy, you can call me tough. Blimey. Oh yeah, that's actually a name that you use on Discord, isn't it? Tough. Son, Regulon, and a few others have to isolate, hopefully just leaving us with Kane to smash. I don't know. Maybe, like I said, your sources may be better than mine, and if that is the case, thank you for the information. And see, that's what having a moderator does. I'm not allowed to argue with her. It's true. And there, see, call her name and she arrives. Hi, Missy, how are you? Thank you for joining us. She says, I'm here. We know. Miss Hammerette, Missy says, still bloody working and all and started at 8 this morning. Wow, what do you do for work, for God's sake? You must be a medical professional or something, because only people like that are dedicated to work that many hours. Hi, cheeky chops. Okay, chick. Cheeky chops. Okay. I've had today off to have a boiler man round. Oh yeah. Righto. Okay, less said about that, the better. There you go. See, Hammerette clocked it as well. You are tough. See, I clocked it. You clocked it. Missy says, nice. Oh-ish. Not off work until 23:12. What? So you're working right up until the day before Christmas Eve? Wow. What do you do for work, Missy? I'd be intrigued to know. Missy, Happy, I'm getting it wrong. Happy says, Peach has a new name for us, Miss H. Oh, yes, he does, doesn't he? Manager for a local authority. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, no, I got you. That is a lot of, blimey, you're doing a lot of work. You're working until what? 7:15 in the evening. Wow. Wow. Robert says correct. FFS, I know what it means, but I'm not saying it out loud. Why don't I get told anything? Question for you. Who is Frank Butcher? He's a character in that TV soap thing. What's it called? EastEnders. That's it. That's the one, I believe. Anyway, played by Mike Reed, the actor and comedian. I don't watch it either, so I'm not surprised you don't know either, Hamrat. And I do know that you mean the guy that comes onto the chat. I have no idea. Hey, Bobby Tough. And he's married to Pat. That's it, see? Robert knows. Didn't ya? He's married to Pat. Hammeret's a little surprise. Okay, right. So I've caught up with the chat. So the next topic of conversation is a little follow-on from the topic that we've just had. In fact, it's two topics back to back with that. Our Carabao Cup tie against Spurs, our quarter-final, is to be aired on Sky TV. So that's information that I've just heard that's been released today, apparently. So Sky TV are getting the Carabao Cup game with Spurs. And I believe we're away for that. Oh, yeah, I've covered that bit. And the other bit is that Tracy Crouch, who is an MP in our great institution of Parliament, is also a Tottenham fan, and she stunned all the other MPs in the House or in their green room or wherever it was when she stood up and said that West Ham could win the Premiership this season. Yeah, I know what my thoughts are on that, but let's just see what you guys think about that. I'll give you a few minutes to respond to that. So Tracy Crouch, MP, Tottenham fan, said that West Ham could win the Premier League this season. She left MPs stunned this morning. This was this morning, as we speak today on Tuesday, the 7th of December, 2021. Wow, I remembered the date. Anyway, so that's that. Let's have a look, see what else is happening in the chat quickly. Right, okay, right, indeed, Happy. Right, Happy says Spuds always have to find an excuse not to play us, don't they? Whether it be they've got the runs or COVID. Yep, lasagna gate and now COVID gate. How many more gates are they going to put up? Just saying. Hashtag just saying. Robert says, was you filming again, Happy? With the boiler man. Yeah. And then the electrician came. They were there together, apparently. So I hear through my sources. That's right. Happy Hammer says, love that. How must that have made the Spuds feel? Yeah, it must have made them feel great, mustn't it? Come on, innocent. Yes, I bet you have. He's had a busy day, she says. Anyway, no more innuendos, please. Right, okay. So, next topic. Well, come on, you haven't actually given me any feedback on the possibility of West Ham winning the Premiership this season. I mean, she's an MP. She's a woman we must listen to. So, what are we saying? Robert says, I think Happy was asking who Frank Bitcher was alias for. Yeah, that's exactly who she was asking. So instead of just going around the houses, why don't you just put it in the chat and then we can reveal it to the entire chat, everybody. I'll put it on the screen for everybody to look at in the future. Happy Hammer says, it's too early for this kind of film. That's true. That is very true. Before the watershed. Yes, you're very right. You're very right. Yes, that's what I was asking, Rob T. With the thumbs up. Like that. Who is Frank Butcher? She's curious, man. Come on. Somebody must be able to reveal the truth. And if I had one, I'd do one of those EastEnder things, however it goes. As I said, I've watched that about as many times as I've watched my children fly across the Atlantic without the aid of an aeroplane. Okay. Injuries. Now, let me just find a little. There we go. There we go. So, this is from West Ham's official West Ham United FC.com, as you can see on the screen now. So it says Kurt Zouma and Ben Johnson injury update. West Ham United can confirm that Kurt Zouma sustained a hamstring tendon injury during Saturday's Premier League victory against Chelsea. A scan on Monday revealed the damage, and the 27-year-old French international defender has already started his recovery programme at Rush Green under the supervision of the medical team. Meanwhile, Ben Johnson has already started his rehabilitation after suffering a low-grade hamstring strain against the 3-2 win during the 3-2 win against our London rivals. Everyone at West Ham United would like to wish both Kurt and Ben all the very best with their recovery. Right, so that is not very much, is it? It doesn't tell us very much at all, other than what the injuries are. So the other little sources that I've looked at are both, well, 2 or 3 of them have all sort of stated that it's going to be a minimum of 6 weeks for Zouma. And they're saying anything from 6 to 8 to 6 to 12 weeks, depending on who you listen to or read. So, scans revealed that it's not the same injury. This is another point that wasn't on there. It is not the same injury as the same that kept him out of play at Chelsea for a lengthy time. It's the same knee, different injury. So the one at Chelsea, I believe, was at the front of his knee, and the other one was at the rear of his knee, the back of his leg. Today, this week's one is at the back. So it's not the same injury, it's not the same tendon. So the recovery time should be slightly quicker because there is no scar tissue on that tendon already. So that should make the recovery time probably a week or 2 quicker than you would expect. So I would probably say between 6 and 8 weeks is probably more realistic. 6, maybe even 9 weeks. But it could be up to 12, depending on the severity of that strain. So the thing that I just also wanted to point out was that, we've had two really good 3-2 wins against top 3 teams. Kurt Zuma was injured during the Chelsea game. Ironically, we just bought him from Chelsea. I don't think that's actually connected some weird way, but I don't think it is. But and Ogbonna obviously was injured during our game versus Liverpool, the other 3-2 massive win that we've had. So I think that there's like cause for concern. I mean, also, as I said, Johnson's out for what could be 4 to 6 weeks. I'm hearing with what he's got on his. It could be as little as 3. I've seen in other sources, but I'm not absolutely 100% certain on that. And that really covers most of the stuff that I've got for you. I didn't really want to go too much longer than about half hour or so. So let's have a look, see what else is happening in the chat. Happy says, who's in the chat today? That's good. I would like to know that too. Robert says, anything is possible. Anything is possible, buddy. But I think it will be hard now with the injuries. Yeah, as I said, the injuries are going to cripple us a little bit. I have also got something else I wanted to talk about, because I didn't really want to go into transfers or transfer gossip, but there is one person I do want to have a little look at. So bear with me for a minute. I'm going to go through this chat. I was hoping that Peach might join me so that we could both have a little chat about this guy. Shiny's in the house. Good evening, Shiny. Nice of you to join us, mate. This is evening all. Happy says, heard reports that it's April, but I'm not sure it's that long. I've read from a quite reliable source that it's likely to be 12 weeks. Agreed. That's also what I think, the reason I haven't quoted it is because I wouldn't want to misquote anybody. I've got to be honest with you, but it is a very reliable source, and thank you for reminding me of that very useful quote. It is a very reliable source. I just can't bloody remember which one it was. But thank you. Yes. 3 weeks roughly for Johnson's seat. So 3 to 5 weeks. I've been, 3 to 5, 4 or 5 weeks. 6 at most. Shiny, hello, says Happy. One more injury to our back four and we will be royally screwed, having to pull players out of position to cover. We would have to be doing that, and we would also have to start utilising some of the under-23s, I believe. It would have to be done. I know it's not the best scenario, but until the 1st of January, we won't have a lot of choice if it happens anymore. We're going to have to. And, I kind of like what I've been seeing in these under-23s. Like today's game, I had a little brief look at the highlights. Equa looked really good. And, well, the whole back four looked really good, actually. So, fair play to them. Oko Flex looked absolutely monster. So, we have got some options there. But I do understand they are young guys, and we've already seen, Sonny Perkins, So, as I said, push comes to shove, we have to put them in, don't we? We won't have a choice. We won't have a choice. And yes, we will have to shuffle our players around a little bit as well to cover. Maybe having, say, Fredericks out on the left-hand side. He's going to be coming back from injury pretty soon, I believe. I believe it's within the next 4 to 5 days that he will be back to availability, I think was the word that was used. Shiny says, hi, Happy, HH, you got this. Man City 1-0 down to Leipzig. Nice, thanks, Robert. Shiny G says, hey, Kate, Budgie got COVID. Excuse me. No, it's a smoker's cough. It's not me that's got COVID, mate. It could be that it's Tottenham Hotspurs that have they've definitely got 2 positive tested players and I think 2 or 3 other staff members, but I'm not sure if that's coaching staff or what. But but staff members or stadium staff or something. I'm not 100% certain, but it could be anything up to 16 people, I've been told, but other sources have said it's less than that. So no, it's not me that's got COVID. And also, talking of COVID, leading on to Kovacic, who has got COVID. So that's really not easy to say. Kovacic has got COVID. So yes, that's been confirmed also. And I can just show you a little tweet on that. There you are. Thomas Tuchel has revealed that Kovacic tested positive for COVID today. He had only just returned to training yesterday. He is now having to isolate. CFC. There you go. So there you go. So it's not anybody at West Ham that has COVID or that has tested COVID positive or anything like that. But I just want to actually show this comment again because I really like that comment. That's probably my favourite comment of the day so far. Thank you, Robert. Man City 1-0 down to Leipzig. Blow the whistle, ref, end the game. No, Budgie is fine. Spurs have COVID. I was trying to be a bit more diplomatic than that, Happy. Come on. Come on. What are you doing? Shiny says, terrible, isn't it? Just as they were beginning to breathe, unmasked down our neck. Yeah. Yeah. Like Happy Emirates said, though, Shiny, any excuse not to play us. Next thing you know, they'll be saying that we've been sending them lasagna. Origi starts for Liverpool tonight. Does he indeed? But I think that's because he's been put in the window. Is this game very important to them tonight? I don't know. Who are they playing tonight? Oh, mate, I can't. No, you're going to have to tell me who they're playing. And what's the importance of it? Do they need the 3 points, or are they happy with just a single point, or can they get away with not getting any points tonight? And who are they playing? I mean, if they're playing Astragugu, I mean, they could probably play their under 12. Hashtag just saying. There are so many rumours going around about injury times. We just have to wait it out and get a decent centre back in January. And on that note, I am going to pause the chat for one moment, and I am going to find this. Hopefully. No, that isn't it. That isn't it. Okay. Right. Okay. So, Hammerette, you're going to have to remind me of the player's name because I've bloody forgotten it. I've been talking about everybody else. Okay. So apparently we've been looking at a not Forest fullback. Now, what's his name? Centre back. What's his blinking name? Gosh, it's gone. Someone's going to have to remind me. And apparently, this guy's really good as well. And I thought I had something. Let me have a look here again. I thought I had something ready for him, but I didn't put it into the StreamYard, so I can't link him. Anyway, right, we'll go back to that in a minute. Right, Hamid says yes. People, good evening all. Good evening, Hamid. Thank you for joining us, mate. Shiny says agreed. The under-23s have an amazing defence. Desperate times call for massive measures. Well, listen, I'm going to put out an appeal right here, right now. I'm going to ask everybody to refrain from using that phrase anymore. That desperate times. Let's not call it desperate times. Good evening, Peach. Welcome. I'll be with you in 1 second, mate. Shiny, forgive them for saying it this time round, brother, because nobody actually ever heard me say this. But I don't like the desperate times, desperate measures phrase. I don't believe we're in desperate times. I think we're just having a rough time with our defence right now. It's not desperate. We've got under 23s that can step up, fill the void. Let's not call it desperate measures, not just yet. Let's not go down the desperation route. We're massive. Let's stay massive. But thank you for your comment, Shiny. I agree with that. What you're saying, though, they have got an amazing defence. I don't know where Peach has gone. He's in the green room. Let's get him back on. There we go, Peach. Sorry, mate. I didn't mean for you to go disappearing, bro.
No. Listen. This is your show, dog. This is your show, Budgie Uncaged,
No.
season 1, dog. This is your thing. But when
I
you mentioned the
though.
Joe Worrell thing, and you're like, yo, I wanted Peach's input.
Joe Worrell.
When you ask, you shall receive. That's it. Simple as, man. Done.
You see, this is why we have our very own moderator in Hammerette, because she's probably put it a few times in the chat already, and I haven't got to that. And this is why we have our Peach, because Peach pops in and he goes, "Hey, I was listening, bro. I'm here. What do you need?"
I'm here. What do you need?
Joe Worrell, thank you very much.
This is Budgie Uncaged. This is Budgie Uncaged. This is Budgie Uncaged. Let him out of the cage. It's a rampage. This is Budgie Uncaged. Budgie Uncaged. Let him out the cage. It's a rampage. Straight up, man. I was watching the whole thing, dog. And the facts that you were putting down, brilliant. The how you got the things on the screen there to let the man see them things, brilliant. Like, yo, let's talk about Joe Worrell. What are you saying about Joe Worrell, man?
Well, listen, I had something prepped for him, but it's not in there. So, but what I want to say about Joe Worrell is that I've been told that he's a very strong player on the ground. He's very good in the air. He's almost and this is only other opinions of him. He's a Kaleta type of player.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that he is as good or not as good. I'm saying that people are likening him to Kaleta. He's kind of we've been talking about Kaleta now for the last 2 windows, as far as I'm aware.
Mm-hmm.
And it's quite simple simply plain that David Moyes quite likes him. Now, he's a 30 million pound player at the moment, I think, somewhere in that region. I think that's 30 million euros, sorry. So it's about 24, 26 million pounds.
Yeah.
Now,
right.
Joe Worrell, who plays for Nottingham Forest, he has been likened to Kaleta in the way he reads the game and plays the game. He's about a 17, 18 million pound option. And
I agree. And he played for Rangers. He played for Rangers under Steven Gerrard, and he scored an important goal in one of the cup matches, and Steven Gerrard couldn't praise him enough. And he's never played in the Premier League, but he has the ability to. He's a big boy.
Yeah.
He's something that can be a Band-Aid for us. I agree with everything that you just said, Budgie. 100%.
And the other point, of course, is that, we've also had some success from players from Nottingham Forest before.
Absolutely. Mikel Antonio, innit? Like, yo, come on. And then you got players, Budgie. Then you have players who have come from the Championship who have not played in the Premier League, like your Saeed Ben Rahmas, like your Jared Bowens, who are lighting the stage on fire, like straight up. So who says
Agreed.
this guy can't?
Agreed. And
Yeah,
you know, I mean, look, we are talking about Jared Bowen for 1 moment. Then, Jared Bowen came to us as a championship player, and the next thing you know, Jurgen Klopp's trying to, string his bow for him. And, come on. Like, championship players don't necessarily mean that they're not Premiership quality. It just means that egg hasn't actually been opened yet. We haven't seen them in that situation. I mean, look at Ivan Toney. Everybody was saying, oh, he's great. And then when he came to the Premiership, a lot of people are saying, hang on a minute, he's not scoring as many goals. No, he's not. But have a look at his assist rate. Have a look at his look at his pre-assist rate. Have a look at his ball retention rate. Have a look at his pass ability rate.
People don't look at
you
that.
See what I'm saying? That Ivan Toney is proving everything that I thought he was when he was in the Championship, but he had a lot more goals to go with it. I mean, in the Premiership, Ivan Toney is like Black Forest Gatto, but in the Championship, he's like a Black Forest Gatto with whipped cream on top. You know what I mean? Because he's able to get the goals. Do you know what I mean, Bo? You know? So anyway, I just want to go to this actual comment. Sorry, Hammerette, I knocked it off the screen. Chelsea's Kovacic has tested positive too. Yes, I've got a little slide for that, haven't I? We are so goddamn lucky that he never trained with the first team or played against us on Saturday. Absolutely great point, and I know it's been on the screen for a few minutes, and everybody will agree. But I wanted to just say that I agree with that point 100%. What are you saying anyway about young? Gosh, what's his blinking name again?
Joe Worrell.
Joe Worrell. Yeah, sorry. Honestly, I'm getting so many names going around in my head, bud. Yeah, Joe Worrell. What are you saying?
No, you've been a busy boy. That's why. Joe, how old is he? 24, 20, 25?
I think he's somewhere in that. I think I saw him at 23 somewhere.
Okay.
Maybe 23 or 24.
He's the right age, anybody. He's the right age. His career has kind of been on the build-up because he's been in the Scottish Premier League. He got to finish second with Rangers. He's been at Nottingham Forest, which is his boyhood club. It might be time for a change. It might be time for a change, and he'll have something to prove. That's a player that, that's a player that you'll get into the club that has something to prove. There's a lot of links with like let's say the Eden Hazard link. It's a great link. Don't get me wrong. Like I heard he was spotted in Sad Thames today with Rob Newman and Mikel Antonio, welcoming in, just like Mikel Antonio was showing him some new dance steps. Just playing. But no, you got players that have been there and done that, and then you got players like Joe Worrell who want to go there and do that. And those are the players we need to get. The players with hunger in their belly that want to go and do that haven't already done it yet.
Yeah.
And that's why I would back Joe Worrell, just like that MP backs like West Ham to win the league, straight up.
Yeah. I mean, he seems to be quite a solid little player, and he seems to be very much in the David Moyes mould, of players that he would definitely be interested in. And if people are right that he's like Coletta Carr in the way he plays, I'm not saying obviously I'm not comparing them. I'm saying that people are saying that he plays in a similar way. If that is true, then
just have him.
Clearly David Moyes would have had a look at him, because he would have been pointed out. I think Rob Newman would have pointed him out. Do you know what I mean? He probably already knew about this boy anyway.
I think Rob Newman's doing this right now. I think, like, you ever seen that show, The Simpsons, with that Mr. Burns, greedy rich cat?
Yeah.
I think Rob Newman's doing this right now because he can't wait for January to come because he's just going to be like, pick, pluck.
Speaking of January, I think quite a lot of people now will have seen the video or heard comment of Jurgen Klopp's comments about Divock Origi. Now, Hammerette saying he was hoping that he would be dropped tonight. I kind of see what you're saying, try and keep him out of the limelight, but he's already been put in the shop window. Now, yeah, when you put a sportsman into the shop window, you got to show what they're capable of doing. Tonight may just be the perfect game for him.
Tonight's match is like an advertisement. Fudgy, tonight's match is like an Origi advertisement. Like, whoever wants him, come get him. Like,
and you know David Moyes ain't busy tonight. David Moyes is watching Champions League football tonight. Do you know what I mean?
That shit, man.
So,
I agree with you.
Luke Legend's in the house. Good evening, ladies.
I love that man. I love that man still, man. He's a legend. Yeah. He's a legend. I love that boy.
COVID, Titch. Who's got COVID? No. Oh, Titch isn't here. No,
Titch is busy. Y'all gotta leave Titch alone. Me and Budgie know Titch is busy.
Yeah.
If Titch ain't doing football, Titch is doing editing. If Titch ain't doing editing, Titch is doing graphics. Like, Titch is
the COVID reference is regarding as an update to the Tottenham squad that have been affected by it, and also Chelsea, member of Chelsea, which is Kovacic and 2 players at Tottenham.
Yeah.
So. That's the.
I think you know what, Budgie. I think
clickbait.
No, 100%. But you know what? I think Happy, aka Cheeky Chops, well now Cheeky Cherry Chops. I think she's like right. I think honestly though, I think she's right. Like, they're always scared to play us. It's like, go fake some like food poisoning, go fake some COVID things. Like, you probably got the flu and you're putting it down to COVID. Like, man up. Yeah. Like, Spurs. Like, man up.
Shiny. It's not necessarily 16 of the players. I think it's only 2 players, 2 that were suspected and have been cleared. So, according to a really good Tottenham source, which is a guy called Chris Cowlin, there's only 2 players that are affected and 2 others that have been cleared. So, Chris Cowlin, he's a top lad at Tottenham, apparently. I mean, I've never spoken to him or met him or anything.
He gets all the info, like you were telling me.
And I have been told he's also been a guest on one of the West Ham channels, but I don't know which. Yeah, as the opposition guest. When we've played
Budgie got information from a man. Budgie got information from a man that like Tottenham will ask him, like other teams will ask him questions about like what's going on in Tottenham. Like, he is in the
Chris Cowlin
and
Chris Cowlin is an ITK with capital I, capital T, and capital K. Oh, Pete just disappeared again. He has said that it's only 2 players that are affected, and some staff. He didn't specify whether it was coaching or anything. Welcome back, my friend.
Yeah, no doubt.
Happy Hammerette says we're all friends here and we all hate Spurs. Agree.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Luke, hey. Shiny says, I ain't saying nothing, Hammerette. My sense of humour is bloody awful. Mate, listen, sometimes you've had me and Peach giggling to stop it.
Shiny,
bear with me. Bear with me. Hold the fort for a minute, Peach, please.
Yeah, go on. So Shiny, she's a legend. Right? I don't business. Happy Hammerette's a legend. You got Missy. Tiki Trico, legend. You know what I mean? You got Robert Singleton, single toe. You got one single toe. Robert Singleton, legend. I got to talk to Dazza today. Straight up. Listen to them things. It's like Christmas bells, dog. I got to talk to Dazza today. Proper nice talk. Proper good talk, man. It was wicked, man. Like me and Dazza, like, yo, just spoke two things, man. Talked about his son, like, being like the next like Brian Clough. Because homeboy's like, he got like what? It's like he's like in the world in like fantasy football. He's like 2000 and something. And he's like, what, like 15 years old? Like, come on, man. That's the next Brian Clough in disguise. How do you mean, man? And like Dazza started asking me questions. Like, is it like form over fixtures or fixtures over form? Like my son wants to know. I was like, I ain't saying shit. You know where I am in the fantasy league? I ain't saying nothing. Like, yo, don't say nothing. Just let the boy do his thing. Like, he's killing it right now, man. Pick up Dazza. He's a good boy, man. We had like what? Like, we just kept talking. I don't know how long that conversation lasted, man, but it was wicked talking to the man. And yeah, it was dope. He was talking to me. He's like, I'm waiting for you to like show up on my screen. Like, and I was like, Regin, like, yo, it was wicked, man. It was wicked. Thailand things, man. Budgie's back. What's up, Budgie?
I am back. Sorry, man. That was a very good friend of mine at the door.
Yeah. Oh, nice one. What did you get given? What did you get given?
I got
what is
a
that?
burger.
Oh,
no, he's a good friend of mine because he delivers food to me.
Guys, the Jay's in the house. But Budgie, you can't just leave us on the burger. What did you get on the burger? I'm gonna Charlie Walsh you right now. What did you get on the burger?
Okay.
Let's have it.
Would you like to see the burger?
I would love to see the burger.
I haven't even seen it myself yet.
Burger,
oh man. Right. So what we have?
Let's have it.
There we go.
Oh yes, please.
It's called a Troy's burger. So we've got a half pounder with onions and barbecue sauce. That's it.
Yes, 100%. Yes, 100%. Yes.
So yes.
That's it. Yeah. That's it. That's all you got. You kept it simple.
That's it. So I should put that back in there for now, and I'll eat that in a little while. So,
yes. Barbecue sauce is a must. Onions are a must. You missed the bacon. You should have got some bacon. The
thing is, with Troy's,
go on.
If I ask them to put bacon in it, it will take them up to about 15-20 minutes longer to deliver my.
Thank you. Yeah, no, thank you. I see where you're going with that. Yeah.
Yeah, because what they do is like anything with bacon on, they do like one batch of bacon. And I always tell them I want my bacon fresh. I don't want it cooked 2 hours ago.
Yeah. I hear you.
So I have to wait for them to cook the next lot of bacon. You know.
No.
Not doing that. But they are really good. Their burgers are so good, man. And they do one called the Original.
Yeah.
It's called the Original, and you can either have the American Original or you can have the Continental Original. And the only difference is just the mayonnaise they use. In the American one, they just use standard mayonnaise. In the Continental one, it's garlic mayonnaise. So that's the only difference. But it's got like white cabbage, onions. It's got like shredded cucumber and you
don't need all of that.
Oh man! No, I know, but it is so good though.
You don't need all of
good.
All you need is the barbecue sauce, the onion, some bacon, some mustard.
Well, that's what I shall tuck into in a few minutes. Yep.
Barbecue and mustard go like Torval and Dean.
Oh yeah, but
straight up barbecue and mustard and Torval and Dean things.
They only have American hot dog mustard. I have Coleman's English.
I love that. My dad's on some Coleman's things, but I love that. My dad's on some Coleman things still, but not like some Dijon, like but I like some Payette things, dog. No, I love that. Like American, just yellow mustard. They don't even have a name for it. It's just like yellow mustard. It's like it's like red sauce, brown sauce, like Yeah, like the only thing I'd add to that burger would be bacon and mustard. That's it. That's it. Onions, barbecue sauce, done. Mustard, bacon,
Yeah.
Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, and like Vic is my best fucking mate, man. Straight up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. So we're all chatting amongst each other here.
Ah, wicked.
Robert saying AC Milan. What's that about then? AC Milan.
What's this? Hold on,
Happy Hammer.
hold on. Robert Singleton saying, Pete, if you only knew how close you are. Close to what? Because like I think he has like a special ingredient for that burger that we're missing. And I don't know what it is, but he's gonna tell us, dog. He's gonna tell us. He has to tell us.
Where are we?
I
Where are we?
want
Is
to know
that right
about
down
that
the
special
bottom?
ingredient, dog.
Is that down the bottom? Oh yeah, I got you.
Yeah, sorry. You can go up to like where you're at. I just
No.
want to
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, mine just seems to stop. It doesn't scroll very well.
Budgie, Budgie. Can I say I'm looking forward? I'm looking forward to the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th episode of Budgie Uncaged. Man, straight up, this is a good show. No. Honestly, I'm not taking the key. This is a good show. Could you come up with the info?
Something?
You know what I mean? Put down facts, like straight facts, like Foshizi would say, dog. Straight up.
Yeah. You know, the good thing was I was hoping you was going to come in, and you kind of came in right at the right time for me, really, because I couldn't remember Joe Worrell's name. You know, it just completely slipped my mind. So, you know, you came right at the right time. But yeah, I don't want to make these too long or anything. So, you know, I just want to just say, shit here, 2-1 down. Nice one. Well done, Hammerat.
Eat your burger. Don't let it get cold, man. Eat
That's
your burger.
Right.
Don't let it.
So Budgie Uncaged, thank you very much for joining me on the first one, guys. It's just a little trial thing I thought we'd have a little go at. Lovely of Peach to come in and rescue me on the first one. Big yourself up, man. Thank you.
No, bollocks, no bollocks. It was just some Joe Worrell things, man. You killed it.
Thanks.
You absolutely killed it. Happy Hammer, I killed it on the moderator thing.
As always, fantastic moderator, Hammerat. Thank you very much, darling. Listen, guys, thanks for commenting. Sorry I missed a few of them. I'll try and keep up if I can. But anything that, you know, information-wise, I'm sure Hammerat's been keeping you updated with stuff anyway. So, but yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for coming in, Peach. And thank you, Hammerat.
My pleasure.
Keep it real. Come on, you Irons.
Come on, you Irons. We got this.